Welcome everyone, Gauson here, back with another video. Today we are going to watch the replay of me playing Romance. It's a 6 vs 6 game with a lot of action all around the map. This is one of my favorite games, as I believe I did quite well here. I have nice map situation, as I have 2 allies behind me and only 1 enemy, so it's quite clear what my plan is. I'm having crazy good starting location with plenty of resources and space. I can tell you right now that the resources in the mountains are also very good. The only downside is that I am limited by available space, which means that I should probably attack before 1 hour mark, as after that I won't be able to develop efficiently. While I'm trying to reach the medium house, let's take a look around the map. My allies in this game are M. Siedler with Romance, who played really well this game, my good buddies Rules with Asians and Mati with Amazons, less known player Ari with Romance, I believe he's not playing anymore, and Mikołaj also with Romance. Mikołaj was very unhappy with his spot for some reason and decided to rush, which is not a good call in this position, but we'll get back to that later. And on the opposite team, the one and only Generalen with Amazons, Geviter also with Amazons, Simo with Romance, Marsimoto with 3rd Amazon in this game, Agent Unknown Spirit with Romance, and last but not least, Battle King with Romance. When one team has 3 Amazons, which are usually very strong at late game, the opposing team must act quickly, so that's another argument for me to try to achieve something before 1 hour mark. Luckily, I have a spot that without a doubt will allow me to do so. My medium house is finished before the first winery, as I wanted to make pioneers and geologists as soon as possible. Right now I am adding a 3rd wood complex, as I believe I will need a lot of wood. I've made a slight mistake by not adding foresters earlier and placing them a little bit too close to woodcutters, but in the long term that won't matter. Meanwhile I'm using pioneers to capture some land, as I really don't want to build any more towers. Adding a 3rd sawmill so early was probably also a slight misplay, as it won't work for some time anyway and I could have simply delayed it a little bit, but again, that's not a big deal. I'm playing really greedy build with 4 wineries and 2 farms before the weaponsmith, but thanks to my allies behind me, I feel pretty safe. My plan is to attack around minute 50, so I'm going to build only 1 weaponsmith for now and store iron and coal on the market. After the weaponsmith, I'm going to quickly finish my mana production and create a pretty standard food production with 3 farms, pig farm and 2 bakeries. Then I should have enough resources to plant multiple mines, iron smelters and weaponsmith and start a massive production. Unfortunately, before I was able to do all of that, something bad happened on the left side of the map. Let's check that out. Like I've mentioned before, Mikołaj decided to rush. He didn't build any farms and quickly started a production of swords with 2 weaponsmiths. At first glance it doesn't look so bad, but he has 2 major problems. First of all, we don't have any gold yet. Producing a gold with Amazons before 25th minute requires luck in the mountains and a good flat spot. Even though Mati was quite fast, I don't think that it was possible for him to deliver the gold for Mikołaj so early. Of course, some other player, me including, could do gold for him using gold smelter, but we as a team just didn't want him to rush. The second problem is that he has enemies on both left and right sides of his location, so whenever he attacks one of them, other will attack him from the other side. Knowing that both me and Rules have very good spots, all he had to do was just defend and buy us some time, but well, he didn't. After recruiting some level 2 swords, he sent some random spies to General, probably to check if he will attack him, and move all his forces to the right. Again, it looks good, but knowing the fact that he don't have any gold and it's a 6 vs 6 game in which players start with very low fighting power, it just can't end well. Even though he has an advantage near top tower, he has to retreat, as his soldiers just don't do any damage. He probably will get the middle tower, but what we don't see here is that he's already been attacked by Generalen on the left side. Here comes the support from Amazon. He gets the tower in the end, but it just doesn't do too much damage. At the same time he is losing mines on his left side, and without any food production and soldiers he is going to die soon, so he decides to crash and quit. Few minutes later, back at my spot, everything is going according to the plan. I've managed to start a nice food production and I'm building additional mines. My mountains are just full of useful resources. I've also managed to gather a lot of iron near market, which will allow me to start a production instantly. I'm surprised that I didn't leave any soldiers guarding them, but I guess Amazon steels weren't a thing back then. Right now I'm building a toolsmith and adding heavy industry. Very soon I will be producing plenty of soldiers. The problem, however, is that we are currently playing 5 vs 6, so I wasn't sure if I would be able to make up for the whole player. Let's jump 3 minutes forward. We are getting close to 50th minute. I already have level 3 for both bows and spears, which is quite nice. I am getting ready to attack. Our Amazon Mati already created enough gold for decent fighting power, so I took it with pioneers. While going in, I didn't know that I will start a chain reaction of constant action in the next 20 minutes. Let's get this party started. I'm going all in. Having this amount of level 3 soldiers at this time is quite nice result. There's just no way for my neighbor to defend on its own. He quickly realized that and crashes the tower on the border, which is the best thing that he could do. His ally is trying to help him from top, but I just have too much to handle right now. I've placed a tower on the border to capture unprotected land. Also, I'm sending pioneers to destroy enemy industry and make a room for additional tower. My enemy is crashing buildings to reduce the number of resources that I will get. Even though he survived for now, he will have to fight me, as otherwise he will lose all of his mountains. After the support from Amazon arrives, the fight breaks out. I'm fighting 3 players here, so I don't have that much more soldiers, but I do have a level 3, which gives me a massive advantage. After the spears came in, I used control to move some bows forward, so all of them can attack. I got converted once, but even though I have 2 converts, I'm saving them for now, just in case of Amazon immortality spell. Once I see that I have clear advantage, I'm going to use control again to move forward and slaughter my enemy. Enemy team decides to retreat. I'm following them, looking for choke points, which would give me an opportunity to get some free kills. Once again we start shooting, but I still have an advantage. As I'm not really happy with my line, I have decided to back off. My current priority is to wait till the tower near Weaponsmith will finish. My enemies are aware of that, so they decided to follow me and try to push me away one more time. Meanwhile, I'm passing a tactical plan to my team. I'm going back again to get a better line. This time I'm going to use 1 convert on enemy Romance level 3. I should have turned around faster, but I probably was building some houses in the background. Soon after, I'm using again control to move closer, and because the enemy is not fast enough to retreat, I just murder them. Again, I'm going further to the choke point, getting some kills and going back. Knowing when to go in and out is one of the skills which every player should try to master. Fighting on random is one of the most important skills. I'm constantly making sure that I won't get attacked from top and sending reinforcements from the barracks. The fight begins once more, but it's still hopeless for the enemy. Meanwhile, I've managed to scout the last tower of blue, and I'm sending few spears there. I got frozen once, but with so few enemy soldiers, it's not really effective. Probably a better spell would be an immortality in this case, but I'm not sure if enemy had a mana for that. This time I went further, but as I got converted twice, I go back. I immediately start building on captured land, as I mentioned before, I don't have much space left on my own. Here we can see reinforcements for Grey Amazon, so now I'm fighting 4 players here. As we watch this fight, blue got destroyed from the spears that I've sent before. I'm again using control to move forward, and here just please close your eyes if you're under 18. I don't have enough to move forward, so I am done for now. Luckily for our team, I'm not the only one that would like to have some fun. All this time, Rules was making only spears, and now with all of those recruited, he's going in. I don't know about you guys, but for me this is just beautiful. It kind of reminds me of Rohan Charge from Lord of the Rings. There's just no way for Amazon to stop it. When you are attacking with spears only, you should try to surround your enemy as much as possible, like Rules is doing right here. I'm not sure if that's true, but I've heard rumors that this fight inspired the famous surround scene in Battle of Bastards in Game of Thrones. Without much lost, Rules and M. Sidler managed to kill the Amazon. Enemy team has to respond immediately, as right side of the map is more or less gone for them. And they do. My teammate Ari also did spears. The problem, however, is that he has much less of them. Spears are great for attacking and defending against the swords, but versus bows they are just terrible. General with numbers advantage is going to win, even though he's fighting level 3. He smartly uses freeze to stop the spears. He got converted twice, but sadly for black it's just not enough. Here we can see a good example of how to fight with bows versus spears. When spears approach your bows, just go back, and whenever an enemy turns, just turn as well. It's that simple. Another thing to notice is how he is using his own land to get the fighting power. As black probably didn't have time to take gold, he can just turn, as spears without gold are not doing much damage. Sadly for black, there's just no way to win this, he's just gone. We can see Mati trying to send some help, but it's just too late for that. Now he have to prepare himself, as he might be attacked from both sides. And if he would die, our team would lose gold, and the game might still be lost for us. Luckily for our team, Rules has something to say in that matter. While I'm busy holding down 2 players at the bottom, Rules is full sending everything into Battle King, so he cannot focus on Mati. As Battle King was not fighting yet, and rules didn't lose too much, we are going to witness a huge battle. This time it won't be an easy kill, as Roman has spears, many more bows and converts. Roman player is correctly using converts and spears instead of bows, but sadly for him it's just not enough. Asians are winning, but more reinforcements come from left, so it's not quite over yet. Mati sees that towers are now less protected and attacks immediately, but backoffs as some level 3 bows are still there. Looks like Rules is probably winning, but he decides to back off and regroup. And now we can see Roman making questionable decision of sending everything right to defend. Now towers are truly unprotected, just waiting for Amazon to get them. Finally Amazon attacks, joined by spears from Asian, and at this point Roman is just done. While all of this was happening, at the same time Mati was defending from Generalen, who was trying to save his Roman ally. Sadly, not much here can happen, as Mati just have more soldiers and mana, so at this point it's just a desperate final attack. At the same time, Sidler is attacking White Roman, who doesn't have any soldiers left, as I've killed most of them on the bottom. So at this point the game is just over. Soon after, our enemies decided to surrender and crash. That's all for this action-packed game. I've managed to place first, as even though I didn't produce the most soldiers, thanks to good fighting, I had the most killed soldiers. I'm also very happy about my soldiers at 1 hour mark, as I did almost 300 level 3 soldiers, which is not something that you can see in every game. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.